everybody, Keith Hilson with the Trombone Shop at Schmidt Music, back with another instrument demo review for you. Today I'm going to be looking at the Kanstul 1570 large bore tenor trombone. So for those of you who are not familiar with Kanstul, Kanstul is one of the two family-owned brass manufacturers in the U.S. that are still making a wide range of brass instruments. The other family being, of course, the Getson Company. Kanstul is based out in Anaheim, California. The founder, Zig Kanstul, worked in California starting in the 1950s with Olds and Reynolds, and they continue on a lot of those traditions. One of the things a lot of people like about the Kanstul, again, it's a small family-owned manufacturer. The instruments get a lot of hand time, but they bring in a lot of the American tradition, especially from California, and they display a lot of influence from a lot of the LA, California musicians, the studio musicians, and a lot of those other great players out there. So the 1570 is Kanstul's most popular large bore tenor. So this has an 8.5 inch yellow brass bell, one piece, has a wider slide, wider crook here, yellow brass outers and yellow brass crook, standard tuning slide setup, and it does have the Kanstul controlled resistance valve. The controlled resistance valve was one of the earliest alternative rotor valves out there, using a design a little bit more like the Hagman that a lot more people are familiar with, where we have a brass tubing that's soldered within the valve itself versus having a solid piece that is ported board out. So one of the things I really like about Kanstul too is that they have some really unique lead pipe designs. We know with a lot of our other manufacturers that they offer different lead pipes, but it's more about size, finding the right venturi, the right size, taper, all of that. With the Kanstul designs, they're a little bit different. Again, they're drawing from a lot of that California heritage, and so they have some really unique, different lead pipe designs that they include with a lot of their instruments. So for example, with a lot of their large bore tenors like the 1570, they include 3 lead pipes. The BB, which is based off of the great Byron Peebles Bach 42 lead pipe, and they have a couple of Larry Minnick lead pipes that he originally designed for the Con 88H. And again, what I really like about them is I think they give some different characters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play for you a little bit on this horn, and I'm actually going to use the different lead pipes so you can see and hear how the characters of the instrument change with these different lead pipes. from a player standpoint, I can certainly hear and feel a lot of differences between those three lead pipes. So the BB is obviously the box style lead pipe. I think in general matches up really nicely with the little bit more open design of the horn. The MO, the Minic open, I like it. There was some nice color with it. There were a few spots it was a little weird. I had a little trouble finding the slotting in a few places. The ML, which is the Minic Legit, a little bit smaller than the MO. I actually really liked the color I got out of that. It definitely brightened up the sound a little bit more, lightened it up. I think I felt a little bit more secure in the response with that. But again, I like the overall character shifts that those different lead pipes provide. In general, I find the 1570B, really an overall really nice plain horn, a little bit lighter setup, and that's one of the things a lot of the Kanstuls are known for, is being just a little bit lighter. So it's not necessarily going to have the same mass of sound that you're going to get out of some of the other, a little bit heavier instruments, but overall very responsive. I really like the colors that you can get out of it. I find that for a lot of folks, the controlled resistance valve is a really nice alternative valve option out there. And again, the Kanstuls have a lot of the small company handcrafting that goes into these, which makes a difference in the performance and the overall longevity of them. So hopefully you enjoyed this review today. If you have any comments, if you played the 1570, have heard somebody else, I'd love to hear what you thought about the different lead pipe options. Leave those comments below on here. If you haven't already done so, think about giving this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, think about subscribing to our channel. We're always trying to create new content. Hopefully that is interesting to you. And as always, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So thank you very much for watching.